Hello, my name is Lucia Hurtado, and I'm a second-year student at Harvard Law School. I did my IE Pre-Grad Internship in the summer of 2005 at the University of Texas at Austin. It was my junior year, and I can honestly say that not only would I not be here at Harvard Law School had it not been for the internship, but I simply wouldn't be in law school. During my junior year, I had been tinkering with the idea of going into medicine. I had also explored a number of other careers in a very superficial way, since I hadn't figured out how to engage in a deep self-exploration. And among the course offerings and trying to make sure that I would graduate with all my requirements, I stumbled upon the IE Pre-Grad Internship, and it jumped out at me immediately because it seemed like no other course. Indeed, because it is like no other course at the University of Texas at Austin. And so I saw an opportunity to finally explore an area that I had kept on the back burner, mainly because of the negative stereotypes that I had seen surrounding the law portrayed in the media. So I spoke to Professor Bree Buchanan at the Children's Rights Clinic at the law school, and between us we fashioned an internship that was truly tailored to my own interests, the values that I hold most important to myself. I was a mother at the time. I'm still a mother, and so that was very important to me. I also knew that I wanted to give back to the community, hence, thinking about medicine beforehand. But I also knew that I had certain talents that I wanted to use: writing, speaking, advocacy, and research, and actually also even teaching. So it was really interesting in trying to find out how these puzzle pieces fit into this area. And through my internship, I was able to shadow Professor Bree Buchanan. She's an attorney, and I helped her with client contact visits. I did some legal research. I helped in conference calls, specifically, particularly with the Spanish-speaking clients. I accompanied her to court hearings, mediations. I had a law student buddy who I went to class with her, and so before lots of eager 1L students at law school, I already knew what the Socratic method was all about. Already knew that it wasn't a big deal if you didn't know exactly the right answer. And it wasn't terrifying for me when I entered law school because I knew what it was all about, and it wasn't some strange experience because I had seen it before. But most importantly, the internship had really not just provided me an insider's look into the law and what it was to be a law student, but it really showed me that I could use the law as a tool that spoke to every single thing that was important to me and what I wanted to give back to my community. And for that reason, I really do believe strongly that that I'm in Harvard Law School, and namely because it shows when you write your essays and when you have your interviews that you've engaged in that type of deep self-exploration in terms of why you want to be in the graduate program that you're applying to, and a level of confidence that you can do well, you know what it takes to do well, and furthermore, you aren't short-sighted in just knowing that you want to be in a particular program, but also having some sense of what you want to do beyond the program, what you want your life to ultimately give back. And that's what the internship did for me. I am now considering being a legal academic. I really love academia, but I really want to give back at the same time to the community. So I want to use my intellectual capacity to really help shape eventually state and federal policies. And it's possible now, and I think it's possible mainly because the IE Pre-Grad Internship really steered me in this direction. It's changed my attitude and philosophy in life. I know not just to go through the motions now, and that it's really important to step back and think about how your life decisions speak to your values as a person, your objectives as a person, and it's important to also reevaluate those every once in a while. And once you have those in place, it really does make everything more meaningful. So I think this internship is extremely important for all of the student participants. If it were up to me, every single university in the United States and beyond should have the IE Pre-Grad Internship, because I really think it's irresponsible to ask students to discover what they want to do with their lives, sitting in a lecture, taking notes, and studying for exams. You simply cannot get that in a lecture or even in a small seminar. This IE Pre-Grad Internship allows students to engage in the type of self-exploration that's really necessary to figure out who they are and what they want to do with their lives. And even if they figure out that they hate the area that they chose for the internship, that's great. That's wonderful. I mean, that just saved the student a whole lifetime of heartache and pain for themselves, for their families, and ultimately for society, because it'll help that student recognize that that's not the area for them and they should look elsewhere. And maybe even the internship can help them find the correct area for them. So definitely this internship is the most important experience I had as an undergraduate, and I would imagine it's the most, or would be the most important for any other student who participates in it. Yep.